Welcome back to the 4th edition. G-Funk is on the line with us. Say hello, G-Funk.
Happy to be here. How y'all doing?
All right. We got a lot to talk about. This is the 4th episode here. We're going to talk about some things that have been in the news lately. I'm sure you might have known about. Let me refresh your memory on some of these things. Going to talk about the Strait of Hormuz and all the fun happening, good times that are happening there. You know, lots of fun festivities. The driving whimsical activities of Tiger Woods. We're going to find out what he's done with his Range Rover and how a $150,000 car doesn't mean much to him. I'm going to talk about a new segment. I'm going to call it the Things Men Shouldn't Do. And I'm sure you have a few things we shouldn't do, correct?
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's actually a book about the size of a phone book of things men shouldn't do. And then once we're done doing that, we're going to talk about the No Kings protest in the UK. And yes, I did say no kings in the UK protest. Try to figure that one out myself. And then we'll talk about the... what's that?
In UK. What does the K stand for in UK again?
What is that?
Oh, Kingdom. Okay, I'm sorry.
Kingdom? The No King Kingdom? Okay.
United Kingdom. Okay, I'll check it. Make sure everybody knows.
I mean, sometimes you have to clear these things up because, you know, some people just don't know. Like coffee at McDonald's. It's hot. You don't want to spill it on yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. So then we have 6 ways to health and happiness. You know, we're trying to be responsible people as we age, and none of us are getting older. I think we're both closer to 100 than we are the day we were born. Let's see. And then we're going to wrap it up with Easter eggs at the White House. Seeing as how Easter's right around the corner. You celebrate Easter at your house?
We sure do.
Do you hide eggs still?
We don't. Certain people would love to have those Easter eggs out, but certain children have outgrown it.
It's the K-Spice, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get to that because PETA is having issue with eggs at the White House. I mean, after all, it is offensive, and we'll dig deep into that, and we'll figure out what's going on with all that good stuff. So, G-Funk, the Strait of Hormuz, do you vacation there?
Not yet. We've thought about it, but we're still holding out. We hadn't quite made a trip over there.
All right. So you know what's going on lately, right?
Yeah, I understand that 20% of our oil comes from the Strait. Of course, not 20% of the United States oil, but 20% of the world's. And that's Iran's last card to play.
Yeah. So to straighten it out for the audience, if you haven't heard already, it's only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. So it's not a whole lot of Lebensraum, as the people in Germany would call it. That would be breathing room. Connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. And you're absolutely right that 20% is it, as well as natural gas. I mean, a lot of people got to get natural gas for their heaters. I'm sure, you know, folks listening have stoves and water heaters that run off of natural gas. And, well, yeah, 20% of American fuel.
Gas might be a little higher. It might be in the 30%. If my memory serves. It's a big deal. Yeah,
it could be. And you know what the best part is that the United States was there to help straighten all that out. And NATO, members of NATO, most of them said, no, we're not going to do that. And not only are we not going to do that, but you can't, you know, use our land as, staging point. What do you think about that, G-Funk?
Well, I guess if you're Europe and you're used to the U.S. doing all your work for you, I'd say you're doing all right. And you want to continue that.
Right. Kind of like food stamps, right?
That's right. Yeah. If you're going to give me a benefit, don't complain to me. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
If I see a quarter on the ground, I'm going to pick it up.
Why not?
So, do that. That's right.
So they have a bunch of issues going on over there. You know, the latest is that President Trump has said that we just might, you know, take over the Strait of Hormuz and just say, you know what, it's ours now. It'd be the Strait of Trump, maybe. I don't know. Or Trump moves. I don't know. Maybe kind of do a little mashup kind of action, you know? I don't know.
That's the best way most realistic way is just make that entire strait, and I'm talking that and the surrounding areas, into just an international. In other words, sorry, Oman, sorry, Iran, you don't get to keep this anymore. That's the penalty for being a dumbass. And we're now going to have it just like Berlin. You got the U.S. zone, the British zone, the French zone. Who knows? Maybe Saudi Arabia can have a zone if they contribute. And we got an international zone all around the strait. And Iran, you can still be Iran, but you're going to be like right over there. You can be away from the strait because you can't behave.
So
you can't have nice things.
Exactly. But, if you can't play nice on the playground, then you have to sit out. You have to be in timeout, right?
That's right. They need a time.
So the latest with the military, because a lot of people have been going back and forth with feet on the ground. They don't want, or boots on the ground, I should say. They don't want a lot of ne'er do well worrywarts, I should say. They don't want boots on the ground. So I think where we are now is the back and forth of whether or not we are going to deploy boots, 82nd Airborne, to the Karg Island. Now, do you think that's going to happen?
Well, one thing you got to watch out for with the Karg Island is that's been a valuable spot for a long time, and you got to be really careful about traps being set by Iran on that one island. So just a thought is maybe some of the Gulf states ought to take a proactive role and maybe going in there and figure it out. Maybe Saudi Arabian troops. Yeah. Bahrain. You name it, just on and on. Some of those Gulf states, right? Even Israeli troops ought to. Here again, now we can soften things up as needed with our jets if they run into trouble, but maybe we ought to allow them to do that.
Right. It's like the bully on the playground. You know what I mean? That's bigger than the short kid, and the short kid needs help every once in a while. So you slap around the bully a little bit, toughen him up, or soften him up for the little guy, so he can get some smacks in, right?
So it's kind of like David fighting Goliath, but only thing is every time Goliath does something, America's just going to like thump his nose every now and then. when he takes a jab at David, we'll kind of thump him and say, stop that.
Right.
And that would help David win.
Right. Or maybe a good attention getter, a good kick in the ass.
You can kick him in the crotch, either one, but it's just like, hey, we don't want you doing that.
Yeah. No. Now, these traps that you were talking about that Iran may or may not set for people who want to take over Karg Island and those, coastal shores of Hormuz there. Now, do you think those traps are going to be of the booby persuasion, or do you think they're going to be like, sitting ducks, just waiting to pop off people as they come in?
Who knows? But whatever little money Iran had, and they probably had a few dollars before, I'm sure they have been protecting that place for a long time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Probably invested a lot of money. Because why didn't we take Karg Island in the very beginning? You have to ask yourself.
Right.
Why didn't we nail it already? Maybe that was a partnership. I don't know. But that's confusing me.
Well, what was it, yesterday morning? I think it was yesterday morning. The days are all blending together. I saw Trump on TV, and he said, I think we might even just consider saying screw it, ending up the war next couple of weeks, and walking away and let Europe fend for themselves and pull completely out of NATO.
And if they'd like some oil, they might want to get on over there and make stuff happen. Now, keep in mind, oil is a global market, so you can't just say, hey, it doesn't affect us. It's still going to affect us.
Right.
But I think, Europe, I guess if they have $8 gas, they might start getting down there, right? They can eventually just get on down there and fix it themselves.
Now, wouldn't it be a hoot if we just totally walked away from every oil consortium out there and did nothing but exported oil and used whatever oil we have for ourselves? And the oil that we export, we inflate 150% maybe to all other, especially European countries who are down and out because they're paying maybe $15 a gallon gas, and next thing you know, our gas that you put in your car and my car and whatever else like that is maybe back the way it was back in the 50s.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, Europe would then come to the bargaining table and say, you know what, upon further review, we love y'all.
Yeah.
And we got rid of all those people that said otherwise, and we're ready to play ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just kidding.
Fine. Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy that said that, we just fired him. He doesn't work here anymore. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We got him gone.
Oh, man. Well, I think the Strait of Hormuz is going to be, a lovely place at some point where there's going to be Trump golf courses up and down the entire strait, and
Right.
there's going to be, swim up bars and, boat marinas where, shoot, it might be the next go-to place to vacation. I don't know. Well, we'll have to pay attention and see what goes on. While we're waiting for that to turn into some sort of a mecca of vacation, why don't we pay a few bills and get a commercial in, and then we will be back to talk about our great friend, the wonderful Tiger Woods. What do you think?
Best golfer ever. Absolutely. Look forward to it.
All right. Be back in a minute.
The 50 Shades of Beer podcast.
Is there something you want discussed on the 50 Shades of Beer podcast? Let us know with an email, podcast@50shades.net. That's podcast@50shades.net.
Looking for one place that helps you sweat, strengthen, recover, and recharge? Check out Hiatus 24, your destination for hot yoga, Pilates, and wellness, with even more to love. At Hiatus 24, you can energize your body with hot boxing, build strength and balance through Pilates, and reset your mind in a powerful hot yoga session. Then take your recovery to the next level with a cold plunge that leaves you feeling refreshed, focused, and alive. And it doesn't stop there. Hiatus 24 also features a wellness cafe, so you can refuel and keep your day moving in the right direction. Whether you're starting a new fitness journey or leveling up your current routine, Hiatus 24 brings movement, recovery, and wellness together under one roof. Visit hiatus24.com to learn more. That's hiatus24.com, HIATUS 24, where wellness meets intensity. So we're back here, and we've got Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. What do you make of Tiger Woods? That man has got all kinds of problems that seem to follow him around. Don't you think, G-Funk?
I do, but I don't like to see it.
Right.
I'm always rooting for Tiger,
mm-hmm.
and I hate to see I know all four of them. Yes, he's had 4 de facto DUIs now. Yeah.
So this latest, the rumor is that he was driving, fully aware of his surroundings, according to his story. He was on some prescription meds, zoned out, hit a trailer. I guess it was a landscaper's, trailer, and somehow picked the side of his car up in the air. And mind you, this is a Range Rover, not a Toyota. And so it's not necessarily the cheapest car on the planet. And he took and just rolled it on its side after he hit the trailer. And he got out and he was safe and sound. And he told the cops, he says, I just didn't see the trailer.
Those trailers can come out of nowhere.
They do. They bite. I've been walking by one and they went "Rrr, at me. And I was like, okay, well, it's just a trailer.
They can be tricky, especially in Palm Beach.
Yeah. They do. They get you. You know what I mean? And guess what? It's probably the landscaper's fault. He didn't have a flag or some sort of, road crew, to properly navigate Woods' car around, safely so he wouldn't hit it and flip over and pop some more no-dos or whatever it was he was taking,
Yeah, and my advice to my main man, Tiger, is since you're worth about $1 billion,
mm-hmm.
You can take anything you want to with the doctor's permission. Just have a chauffeur wherever you go.
Why wouldn't you? With his kind of money, why wouldn't you have, was it Trump's granddaughter he's dating? Why wouldn't you have her drive you around?
Absolutely.
Because,
or anybody other than yourself. Now, I have a theory of why he drove anyway.
Why's that?
Here's my theory, okay?
Let's hear it.
See, Woods a long time ago was very modest, and whenever he hit it big, I remember watching his biography. Charles Barkley was taking him to strip clubs, and this is Charles Barkley talking, and he goes, "Charles, when these strippers come up to me, what am I supposed to say to them?" And Charles Barkley says, "You just tell them you're freaking Tiger Woods." And just over time, that works. So eventually, Tiger probably thought to himself, I could hire a chauffeur, but I'm freaking Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive anyway because I'm Tiger Woods.
Right.
And that might be why he doesn't hire a chauffeur. That's nothing but a theory. I love you, Tiger. Nothing but love.
Well, he kind of reminds me of the luck that Will Smith has had in his career, where trouble just kind of follows him around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want him to do well. You've been looking up to him for years, and you thought, hey, this is somebody from my generation who's done well for himself. He started out with nothing, and he's built himself an empire on his talent. But the talent, or whatever the fuel was behind that talent, I don't know if it's just arrogance and ego, whatever it is, somehow has landed both Tiger Woods and Will Smith in a big kettle of poo-poo.
Now tell me about, other than Will Smith deciding to treat what's his face like a piñata. Tell me what else he did.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, that's right. Yeah, they're knocking the fool out of him. What else did he do?
There goes my taste. It's all the way over there on the floor.
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that slap heard around the world from Will Smith was kind of I think that was a one and done kind of thing. It's like Will Smith is on top of the world, and then he just slapped himself right off.
I was going to call the article, Michael Jackson is sitting on top of the world, but now I think I might as well just call it, Michael Jackson can sit on top of the world just as long as he doesn't sit in the Beverly Palm Hotel, because there's no allowed in there.
And it's the same theory. What do I tell those strippers when they come at me? Do I have to talk to them? They said, no, you just tell them you're Will Smith.
Right.
You want
to slap, or do you want to dance?
No. That's all I need to say. I'm Will Smith. Just do your best.
Yeah. Exactly. Maybe Will Smith and Tiger Woods should get together and do a talent tour.
They could.
Maybe Woods could golf while
Will Smith acts.
Or slaps people out of the way,
Bitch.
So, he's a golfer. He could pull it off with Woods, right?
I like that movie, actually. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not good at slapstick comedy, I guess.
But I will tell you that Tiger Woods is the best golfer, and there's only one golfer to win more majors than him. Of course, that's Jack Nicklaus. But I would firmly tell Jack Nicklaus that Tiger's playing against better golfers, and he is the best.
Right. So career overview: Tiger Woods, turned pro in '96. He's all about the power and precision. The man could focus. Because usually you see me play golf, and usually by about the sixth hole, I'm kind of focus has gone off like a squirrel, right?
The focus has left the building. Yes,
it has. Just like my ball's long since left the fairway. So has my focus. Yeah. And it's just something you can't, it's like a dog, in that movie, Funny Farm, the dog that just ran off into Neverland. That's my focus. It just kind of just runs and keeps on running and won't come back.
Yep. He's gone. That's right.
Yeah.
Come back years later.
Yeah.
That's right.
15 major championships. And if you knew that. Yep. 82 PGA Tour wins.
The youngest individual to win a Masters tournament.
That's right.
He was 26. He was young, 24, way down there.
It was a 97 Masters, 2008 U.S. Open, a 19 Masters.
Yeah.
So he's been in Augusta a few times.
All of golf needs Tiger more than Tiger needs them.
Very true.
I don't know if you heard, but the Masters, which is about to start, offered. They said, Tiger, you were in that wreck. We will carve out. Normally you can't ride a golf cart when you play the Masters. You walk it.
Right.
But they said, no problem. We will, for you, you can ride a golf cart. Of course, he said, no, I'm not going to play with that special difference. It's not fair to the other players. But the point is that golf needs Tiger a whole lot more than he needs now.
Well, if he is driving those golf carts, I would imagine that he would need to be very careful going around the maintenance carts, because he might hit it and roll over his golf cart and his clubs would be all over the fairway.
Well, here again, no, but we're going to be smart about it this time. We're going to have not only is he in a golf cart, there's going to be a different driver. It'll be a chauffeur.
Right.
In the car.
The driver's not my type.
Nowhere, including golf courses. They can come out too.
Now, you know, back in 2009 is when the kingdom fell, right? That's when he parked his car in the wrong garage, metaphorically speaking.
Yes, he did.
He did, and then he hit an oil slick with it.
And the Swedish wife ended up hitting him in the head with his club.
Yeah, and then took half his money.
Not only beat the fool out of him, so I'm going to take half of everything. And Tiger said, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can
What did Eddie Murphy say?
Hey! Okay. Yeah, and then he goes, okay. You can have it.
Okay.
That's my Eddie Murphy impression. It's not very good.
Yeah, it's close. It's very close. I think you got to have a little bit more bass in your voice. I think
I'll
that's
take half his stuff.
yeah.
Half.
Much better. Much better.
Okay, that's good. I was trying to do his okay thing, but it's not landing today. So you can erase that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. No, I get it. You know, I wish Tiger Woods a lot of success, and if he could lay off the hard stuff and stop impregnating other women that he doesn't belong to, or maybe things will start turning around for him. But
sense of Tiger, most of the stuff he takes is to remove pain, and it's prescribed by doctors, but over time, it is highly addictive. And I'm afraid he might be addicted to a few of them. But I don't think he took them originally to party. I think he took them because of his back pain.
Right. So if you've got a significant other and you're Tiger Woods, what you need to do, and I, of course, will bleep this out for the faint of heart, but it's something pretty easy. You've got a lot of money, you're Tiger Woods, and you've got a significant other. Here's what you do. You ready?
Okay.
You hire a driver and keep your in your pants. That's all you got to do.
That's okay. You know what? That's actually that's a good plan. Yeah.
It's that easy.
And just lock it away.
Right.
Yeah. So have your wife or girlfriend hold it only.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep your ring on your finger and your in your pants. That's all you got to do. It's that easy.
It works miracles.
Yes. But I will leave this segment on a a spiritual note, if I may. You might appreciate this.
Okay.
There are two people, or actually, two scenarios that I think men are forced to be honest, and that is in front of the Lord and on a golf course. There is no faking it on a golf course. Would you agree with that?
I confirm. I confer.
All right. So now we've had our...
I concur. I concur.
You concur. That's right. Well, now that we've had our scripture for the day, why don't we cut away for another commercial break, and we'll be back with our odds and ends and talk about our happiness, Easter eggs, and and don't forget things men shouldn't do. We'll be back after this.
The 50 Shades of Beer podcast.
Need someone dependable to care for your pets in your home while you're away? Call Sit and Stay Pet and House Sitting. With Sit and Stay, your pets get loving, attentive care in the comfort of their own familiar environment, and your home gets the watchful presence it needs when you can't be there. Whether you are leaving for a weekend, a work trip, or a longer vacation, Christina Miller helps give you peace of mind knowing your pets are being cared for and your house is being looked after. No stressful boarding. No worrying about whether everything at home is okay. Just reliable personal care from someone who understands how important your animals and your home are to you. To book or learn more, call 757-990-2747. That's 757-990-2747. 2747 for Sit and Stay Pet and House Sitting. When you're away, Sit and Stay helps your home and pets stay happy, safe, and cared for.
Advertise with the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. Email us your business name, contact information, and a brief description of your business. podcast@50shades.net. That's podcast@50shades.net.
The third and final segment, we're going by segments because G-Funk laid down the law a couple episodes ago. So the third and final segment, we didn't disclose what we were drinking this time around. What beer of our 50 Shades are you having there, G-Funk?
I am just going with a Coors Regular. I hate to be boring, but it's actually a nice, refreshing go-to, especially when it gets warmer.
Okay. Is that...
But it's not Coors Light, it's just Coors Regular.
The original, like Smoking the Bandit kind of Coors?
You got it.
There we go.
Exactly. So it's not exactly tastes great, less filling. It's just tastes great.
There you go.
It's a filling.
Right. Well, you're going back to 1977 on that one.
That's right. Yep. That's exactly right.
All right. Well, I'm having one of those Surge. What do you call
Oh, you're
it?
aren't you? They kind of sucks, didn't they?
This is one of those metrosexual beers.
Yeah, but when you say Surge, nobody can make fun of you. Like, nah, I want Surge. You good?
So, by the way, when you have Surge and you put a little bit of vodka in it, a little bit of Tito's, not so bad. I'm not doing that tonight because I got to remember what I'm doing here. But
Can I make a recommendation? If you want to, all right. So you put a regular White Claw in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Full on. A little bit of Surge and a little bit of vodka.
There you go.
With that, go do what you tell them to do.
Any juice with that?
I maybe some lime juice, but don't mess it up. Don't overdo it.
Okay.
Just that.
All right.
Tito's preferably, or Grey Goose, or whatever you're into.
Not too much perfume is what you're saying.
No, don't overdo it.
Okay. Well, speaking about not overdoing things, I figured I'd introduce a new, try it out and see kind of segment. And we're going to call this Things Men Shouldn't Do. Okay. And as we discussed in the opener, there are plenty of things men shouldn't do. But I've got 8 things here that men shouldn't do when they're peeing in the woods. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
So think about it. You're at a campsite or just out in the woods doing whatever, who knows what, and you've got to go over and find a tree and make it your own, right? So here are 8 things you should never do as a man peeing in the woods. Number 1, river dance. You shouldn't ever river dance while you're peeing in the woods.
Bad idea.
Things happen.
Nope.
Number 2, lay flat on your back.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Second bad idea.
Run through a child care facility that might be nearby. You don't want to do that. Not while you're peeing.
No.
And
third bad decision.
Exactly. All bad things men should never do. And while you're standing there, even if you have a beer in your hand, one thing you should never do also is sneeze. You're sneezing. That could create problem. All right. And then here's number 5. Number 5. The next thing you shouldn't do while you are peeing in the woods is put your arm around another man.
You got a pretty mouth.
It gets a little uncomfortable.
No. Never put your arm around a man when he's holding a wire. Ever.
Exactly. It's just inappropriate. All right. Number 6, stand in front of a fan that might be in the woods. I don't know why a fan would be in the woods, but if you are peeing in the woods and there's a fan, you never want to stand in front of it.
But wait a second, Big D. What if the fan is blowing away from you?
Well, but then you could have some sort of a tractor beam of turbulent air that could, if we're getting scientific here, could actually pull you in, and you could hear a th kind of thing happen, and that's not good either.
I was assuming it had, grates and stuff, but okay. All right, I can dig it.
Well, this is one of those old-fashioned kind of distillery kind of fans you'd find in the woods of South Carolina. You know what I mean? Because why would you find a fan in the woods anyway?
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. And the last two, pretty simple. One, number 7 is use a hula hoop. You can't really use a hula hoop while you're peeing in the woods. That's not good. The last and final, number 8, would be tap dance. You cannot tap dance while you're peeing in the woods. That is kind of like river dancing. It just doesn't work out for anybody. So in this segment of things men shouldn't do, you know that these are the 8 things you shouldn't do while you're peeing in the woods. Do you feel enlightened now?
I do.
Oh, good.
I feel like on my next camping trip, I'll be better prepared.
There we go. Speaking of preparedness, one thing that preparation ran amok is when they were kind of not really thinking through the protests that might have been going on in the United Kingdom, as we talked about before. What does UK stand for? The No Kings protest in the United Kingdom. So, you familiar with this story and how what went down in London?
Well, I'll be honest. I was familiar with the No Kings protests in the United States. And then I heard that Canada was about to have one, and then they discovered that they have a king actually through the UK, so they decided against it. I was not aware, though, of the actual UK itself having a, unless they want to abolish the ceremonial king they have there. Yeah.
Well, so they apparently love their king in the UK, right? And they love royalty and the whole thing. It's their version of celebrity, over there, at least a big piece of it. But sure. The story is that a bunch of protesters, now obviously these are all paid protesters, where certain benefactors in the United States, I'm sure, or whatever, organized a bunch of people to get together in London to protest Donald Trump as not being, obviously they don't want him to be a king, but the irony of it is they're protesting no kings in a kingdom.
Right.
They're literally saying we don't want kings, and they live with a king. They have a king. None of them know a life without a king or a queen or some sort of royalty. So it's almost like, that one, the optics on that one is not going to go over well because, gee whiz, we didn't think this one through. Like a lot of things, they don't think through. So would you?
Yeah, and I do have to, it's curious that a lot of people to the left say no kings, but the result of economic liberalism, which is socialism, results in something that looks a lot like a king.
Right.
Of one person in charge.
Now, in a socialist society, we can describe that as everybody shares everything, right? Where the government kind of regulates, right?
Yes. Okay.
So if the government regulates and everybody shares and everybody's equal, it's kind of like, what do you know? Maybe a medieval village where everybody lives in one of those castle villages, and there's a lord of the land that keeps you safe in that village, or maybe regulates what you can do in a socialist society.
Correct.
Yeah. So
and then that lord, for lack of a better word, will he can kind of be like Tiger Woods and say, hey, why are you looking at my daughter? He goes, I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Woods.
It would be the same that king would say, I'm the king and I do what I want to do.
Right.
Or socialist leader, whoever it might be, would say, because I'm who I am.
Right.
But you're back to Tiger Woods sleeping with your daughter just because he feels like it.
Ask Prince Andrew. He decided he was going to get with little girls with Epstein. And why? Because, he's Prince Andrew.
They say, well, what do I tell him? He said, you don't have to worry about telling me anything. You tell him you're Prince Andrew. That's what Charles Barkley says.
Exactly.
Right.
He's got it all figured out. Well, the according to this article here I found on Fox News, they have 6 things that people can do to live a well-lived life. 6 things,
okay.
and you could share this with with Mrs. G Funk. These are things that I thought was interesting because I'm wondering to myself, is this food for thought and something we should live by, or is this like a no kind of story? Okay. So number 1 is follow a healthy diet. Well, so far the no meter's going off.
Checked out. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
right.
Now, we've been told that since we were kids, right?
Right.
Exercise frequently. Okay. Well, a lot of
Now,
us don't.
the first one, Big D.
Mhm.
You should have a healthy diet, but going back to the things men should never do, you should never tell your wife that she needs to have a healthy diet.
No.
Let's just that's for us, not for your wives. All right, continue.
If you tell your wife to have a healthy diet, you're not going to have a healthy life. So
Yeah. Your
maybe
health just went down a
right.
couple pegs.
The one hand washes the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number 3, it's I can understand half of this. It says abstain from smoking and drinking. Now,
Boo.
smoking, well, depends on what we're smoking. I mean, cigarettes, I get it. You can't have cigarettes. We'll leave,
Okay.
we'll leave the other kind of smoking up to the imagination. Now, drinking. Now, what do you mean?
That's the American way. Problem with that. So
Right. I mean, it's how are you going to give up drinking when if you don't have something to drink every now and then, you're going to go nuts. The whole point is not going nuts, right?
right.
All right.
Not good. Yeah.
Right. And in this exercise of this article, the number 4 thing is never stop learning. And well, we're learning right now, so we can check that one off the box immediately. We're
Healthy.
exactly
Yeah.
done and done. And then number 5, second to the last, is become a skilled problem solver. Now, I think as married men, that's our job, is to become a problem solver, right? We have to figure out what we did wrong and figure out how to solve that problem so that we can have a warm bed and a warm meal at night, right?
Right.
So have you figured out how to solve problems yet, or are you still working on it?
I'm working on that. It's not been perfected, but I do know that every time that the missus asks me to put something together,
Mm-hmm.
for years I've been saying, well, there's parts missing. But that does not work all the time. I would only institute that rebuttal maybe 1 out of 10 times. There's a part missing.
Well, enthusiasm, the word enthusiasm, and where it fits into your enthusiasm is the putting that thing together, is not a part that's missing. You can't count that one.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And number 6, LOVE, it's love. You've got to.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's love involved in this whole thing. If you
Really?
yeah. You've got. All right, fine. All right. If you got to, love people, you got to love people. That's how it goes, right? But
Yep.
why wouldn't there be room for love, right? Because I would love even more, though, if we kind of got rid of number 3. Number 3 is, why don't we just amend that to be no smoking, no cigarettes? How's that? Leave off the drinking.
Or why don't we just discover booze that's good for you?
I could love more that way.
If we could, if we can land a rocket on the moon,
Mm-hmm.
which is what we're trying to do, we've done before. Maybe we can come up with a healthy alcoholic drink.
Maybe one that doesn't affect your body at all. Maybe it actually makes you smarter while you're getting drunk.
I love it.
Right.
That'll work.
We'll have to ask AI, and we'll get back to it, because that, if we were able to fix number 3 to that end, where we get smarter by drinking, then there would be a lot more love going on. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I've always heard that you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
And so
or,
I know words of wisdom is, you can teach a man to fish. Or I'm sorry, hang on. You can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Or you can teach a man to fish and he'll get in a boat and drink beer all day.
yeah.
Those are all words of wisdom that everybody needs to live by.
Right. So we do need to have love, especially for the activists at the White House. So the activists at the White House, this is a New York Post story. The activists are saying that the potatoes should be replaced, or should replace rather the eggs, because they say fun doesn't have to come at a hen's expense. Now, what their argument is apparently these eggs could be chickens, and we are aborting these eggs. And that's mean to do because we're taking the lives away from these chickens that didn't have a choice to live. And potatoes, well, who cares? They're potatoes. Now, I need you to explain something to me, because now I'm really screwed up in the head.
Okay.
these advocates for activists and whatnot are typically liberal, and liberals are all about abortion and free will.
That's right. Yes.
And right to choose. Now, suppose the hen wanted the right to choose. Now I'm confused. Explain to me why the hen doesn't get, why doesn't the hen get the right to choose, but yet a human does? What's up with that?
Big D, I actually have a pretty good answer for you.
Tell me.
Liberals, almost all of them, have a giant dose of liberal guilt.
Okay.
But that liberal guilt is only for humans.
Okay.
That makes sense. So they want humans to pay the price for being the dominant species.
Right.
So, first of all, we need to abort human babies because we're guilty and we dominate too much. Mm. But the lesser, the non-humans, they need a leg up. So it's because of that liberal guilt that they want to look out for the animal and not the human.
You did some Jacques Cousteau on that one.
Yeah. I stayed up late on that one.
I'll bet so. And do you think potatoes are going to be a better choice? I mean, we're going to roll around potatoes. I mean, we're talking russet potatoes, the big ones, like really big Montana potatoes. I mean, or Idaho, whatever they come.
I'm mighty partial to a baked potato. I love them with a little bit of sour cream and butter.
Right.
It's perfect with a big fat ribeye that I killed.
Right.
What is that? A bull?
If you eat the potatoes, your farts won't be as bad as eating eggs.
And and for that matter, Big D, potatoes are a vegetable.
True.
Which, I mean, you're getting all healthy. Getting back your 6 ways to health and happiness. You need a big fat ribeye. I realize there's a lot of fat. Then you couple it with a baked potato, which is a vegetable. Mm-hmm. You're home free, and then you just go to bed after that.
Right. And then, but, to get that big ribeye, you just go find that cow. You take a 12-inch blade and you ram it right in his neck, let it bleed out, and then you carve that up and you start eating it.
I'm just getting, oh, man, I just tell you, I need me a big fat ribeye right now. Just can't handle it. But you got to also put a potato with it for a vegetable.
Yeah.
And your mom's fine, and everybody's happy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of happy, one last thing I wanted to pull in here because we're running long in this segment. But one last thing I just happened to remember, Kristi Noem, her. Remember we spoke about her a couple episodes ago, and
yes.
Come to find out, her husband apparently is some sort of a drag queen.
Yeah, I saw that this morning and I was like, man, this is messing up the cause. Not good.
He's got women's clothes on and with prosthetic boobies, and he explains why Kristi. I mean, they're married, so I obviously disagree with the choice, but at least I understand it doesn't excuse it, but explains why she went to the arms of another man because, well, her husband has got some sort of identity crisis, where he's got to wear boobs and he's got lipstick and everything else on, and talk about embarrassing.
Big D.
What's up?
It's kind of simple. See, Miss Noem wanted him to touch her boobs.
Right.
Instead, he wanted somebody to touch his boobs, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Well,
and her boobs were not not paid attention to.
I guess.
So I said, yeah, I'll touch him. And he did.
Well, maybe we'll have to follow that story, and if it goes anywhere, we'll be sure to discuss it in another episode. What do you think?
I like that. Follow up on that.
Okay. Well, we are at the end of another wonderful show. We didn't have any recording issues this time, thankfully, because we, stopped using the cheap method. And
we're learning, right? We're always learning. Back to the 6 ways to be healthy and happy.
Learning is love, isn't it?
Learning, that's right.
I love not having a headache.
Yes.
Well, I will ask if you've got a homework assignment next time. I need you to have at least a handful of things men shouldn't do, and whatever it is that we shouldn't do, and while you're doing something, it's things you shouldn't be doing. So that's your homework assignment for the next episode. Will you conquer that one and complete that mission for me, G-Funk?
Absolutely. Consider it done.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and we appreciate the audience for joining us on this episode of 50 Shades of Beer podcast. We'll see you all next time. See you later, G-Funk.
See you later, Big D.
Advertise with the 50 Shades of Beer podcast. Email us your business name, contact information, and a brief description of your business. podcast@50shades.net. That's podcast@50shades.net. The 50 Shades of Beer podcast.